Mike Cambron with DealerOps, and welcome to the DOPScast. Today we're here live in Atlanta and just finished up our first round of planning meetings, and we're here with Jason Miller. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. Hey,
what
Mike.
brought us here today?
Yeah, Mike, thanks for having us, having me. Like you mentioned, we're here at our planning meeting, and this is our very first DOPScast that we're doing. So I'm happy that you're hosting this. We're finally getting this off the ground. It's been one of those things it's been in the back of my mind, and we now have the capacity to start getting that done. Because we have a lot to say as a company, so I'm happy that we're going to have this opportunity now to share our DOPScast and your conversations with me, conversations with other people within the company, our dealers, but we'll really be able to start getting the message out, and they can hear the way we think and hear what we're working on via this podcast. I'm excited for that.
All the upgrades and the features that Halo is bringing to the core platform, what feature and upgrade are you most excited about that Halo is bringing to core?
So what Halo is doing for us, the most exciting part is the ability to develop, and that's it. Because now we have our dev and our DBA team, our average tenure is about 42 months, which in the development world of software companies is outstanding. You don't get that a lot. So now that we have these people that have been with us almost 4 years, and we're talking a team of about 14 people, 4 years is strong. So now we take those people that have been developing Halo for the last 4 years and learning about the industry, learning about who we are as a company, learning about why we do what we do. It helps us build. And so there's no stopping us once we get here. Once we get to that point and we get Halo launched, which is in the next couple days, into beta, and then it goes into full release, it allows our developers to go build Move My Metal, Move My Parts, our vendor management application. We can start really dialing up the applications that I know dealers are wanting, because it's based on 20 years of feedback, things that help them be successful. And now we have the means to do it, and we can do it fast. And it's built on a fast network. It's not anything like it. No other vendors update every 15 minutes like we do. So Halo in and of itself is the plan is to really revolutionize the retail automotive industry.
And data-wise, storage-wise, we house our own data?
Yeah. So we're talking whether that's, at the end of the day, all dealers need somewhere to back up their data. And so DealerOps begins with the cloud. So we built our own private cloud so that dealers' data is always private, like we talked about. It's always in a secure environment. It's in a redundant environment through 2 data centers spread across the country. So it starts with that. So once in DealerOps is the cloud, so once you get your data there, you can do whatever you want with it. If you want to bring Power BI and write your own reports, go for it. If you want to bring Tableau, do it. If you want to use a competitor, I don't really care. We'll push the APIs to it. The point is to keep the dealer's data secure in a singular environment that we can manage and monitor who has access to what data, and start being that provider for the dealerships. Once we get the data secure, and then we have core riding on top of that, Halo riding on top of that to encompass it all, and we start plugging all the other modules in, it's gonna dominate.
And it's their data, so
right.
It's not ours. It's theirs.
It's not our choice what to do with it. It's right. The dealer's data. That's the frustrating part, and a lot of what drove us to do what we're doing, trying to put the dealers back in the driver's seat. Because for far too long, these DMS companies have profited off the data that the dealers generated, that they sell to us, that we then have to charge the dealer for, and they don't share in the revenue. That makes no sense. How I collect all your data, and you're paying me to use my system, but then I'm trying to sell your data to other people that are going to try to sell it right back to you. That's asinine. So we're going to fix that. We're going to level the playing field. And again, because operators that are running these 10, 15, 20 mega groups, store groups, they don't care what those underlying software tech stack pieces are. As long as they're functional, as long as they allow them to get from point A to point B successfully, that's all that matters. And whether they're using the most expensive one with all the bells and whistles that they'll never touch and never use and no one cares about, or whether they're using some simple, everyday common DMS to enter and process their data, it's all the same with DealerOps.
Hardest question of the day. We talked earlier about the planning meetings we had earlier this week, the board, all the ideas, the projects that you have planned on there. Out of everything you saw that you can talk about, what is the one single product or feature or whatever's on that board that you are most excited about for 2025?
There's a lot of dreams on that board for me.
It could be anything. What's your biggest dream? What's the biggest reality? What do you feel is?
I really want to get this.
What's driving you?
Move my parts. I really want to get the move my parts, move my metal, but more so move my parts, because I see every day how much idle inventory dealers have. And I know and I get it all day, all the time. You know, there are people to try to do what you're doing, and that I've never. We didn't grow by copying other people or imitating anyone else. I don't really care what other people do. I don't care what other people want. It's really what we know the industry needs. So we don't get hammered by these odd requests that don't make sense. So move my parts. I'm really excited about that because, again, looking across the parts inventory when we go into train stores and we see those 2-year-old parts that are just there collecting.
Or more.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And if we can then, we'll make a market. And what I mean by that is that if I know that you have a part sitting in your inventory in, I don't know, Boise, Idaho, and it happens to fit an 86 LeSabre, for whatever reason you still have that part, and there just so happens to be in my market across the country, I have an 86 LeSabre in my units in operation. So that car might need the part that you have. So we can help connect the part to where the vehicle that might need that part is. Even as obscure as the part is, because you got to consider, we have all the service data. We know what units are in operation inside any dealership environment, inside any part of the country. So we can take the parts from wherever they're located and find the vehicles they fit. It's almost like finding a buyer for a car. I was in a Maserati store many years ago, and they had this car. I kid you not, it was probably 2.5 years old, new car, sitting on the showroom floor. They could not sell it. A snappy salesman person comes in, and guess what he did? He goes and he finds somebody that bought that prior model year, and he goes and starts hunting and mining the data for the people that bought it, for the people that fit the car, and he convinced them to take their current model and trade up. It's just the same principle where I'm finding the people that need the parts that you have. It's not easy for you to find them.
Right. Jason, thanks again for having us down here in Atlanta. Thank you so much. We appreciate you joining us for our first ever DOPScast. And for a link to the full interview that we spent with Jason today, click below. And if you'd like to learn more about DealerOps, click the QR below, or this one right here.